Sydney has again been smothered by smoke as those hazard reduction burns get underway in the outer suburbs. The smoke is expected to lift by Sunday, but firefighters warn prevention measures will be needed to be continued over the next couple of months. We are in for a pretty dangerous bushfire season. Joining me live now from the New South Wales Rural Fire Service is Inspector Ben Shepherd. We're talking to you a bit earlier this year, Ben, but we need to. That smoke over Sydney has got people really asking the question, what are you doing? How extensive is this hazard reduction burn and how effective is it going to be?
Yeah, Laura, this is probably the best chance that we've had in a long time to do this important work. And it actually started a little over 2 weeks ago where we saw some burns, in particular up in northern Sydney. Then last Friday, when a number of these burns were initially programmed to be undertaken, we saw some rain move across. That meant they had to be pushed to later in the weekend. And as a result, now what we are seeing is those burns now have been completed, but that smoke is just hanging around at the moment. What we're likely to see over the next probably 48 hours is a little bit more winds actually coming into the Sydney basin, starting to push that smoke around. But look, we're likely once again tomorrow morning wake up with a little bit of smoke around. On Saturday, we should really start to see it move off. But look, this is crucial work. We just haven't had those opportunities through autumn and winter to do this work close to residential homes. So it's imperative we get in now, because as early as next week, we could actually start to see the fire risk increasing across New South Wales.
So what do these hazard reduction burns mean? Does it mean that essentially fires won't get close to homes, or if fires start in these areas, they're easy to keep under control? Or does the hazard reduction burn mean that fires can't start at all in these areas?
Yeah, look, it's a good question. Look, it's important to note that hazard reduction doesn't stop fires. What it actually does, it reduces the intensity. When we reduce the amount of fuels on the actual forest floor, it gives us an opportunity if a fire does enter into that area, it gives us a greater chance of actually bringing it under control. So it is important that we do it. The Australian bush does need to burn every now and then, and we'd much prefer to do it on our terms rather than on a really hot, really blowy summer's day where that fire could then actually run towards home. So it's important that we do it. Each year we get around about 300,000 hectares done. Last year, though, because it was so incredibly wet, we only achieved around about 20 or just under 25% of our burns. But over the last couple of months already, we've been able to treat over 40,000 hectares. So that's direct protection for thousands of homes and thousands of people. So it's important that we do get it done, and it's important we get it done before we really see the onset of this summer and this potentially bad fire season.
Yeah, we all know how much rain we've had over the last couple of months. So tell us, what is it like? Is the fuel load just like nothing you've ever seen before?
Look, if we look at New South Wales as a whole, there's a number of different areas that we're really concentrating our efforts on. First and foremost is those bushland areas that didn't burn during 2019-20. And they're some of around our biggest populated areas around Sydney, the Central Coast and down through the Illawarra. The other thing, though, as well, that is concerning is the high grass fuel loads, and they really stretch in areas up through the Hunter and out through the northwest. And we didn't have those grass fuel loads in 2019-20 because of the drought leading into that time. So there are a couple of areas that we have got our eye on. But we just need everyone just to consider their risk for this season. This weekend is our Get Ready weekend, where we will encourage landholders to think about their risk and their level of preparation. Because as I said, as early as next week, we could really start to see some extreme fire weather across New South Wales. And it's where these bits of preparation will pay dividends.
Ben, thanks so much. You sound like you've got it all under control. We'll speak soon.
Thanks, Laura.